What's up, guys? BJ the Brave here, bringing you one of my first attempts at a Nilfgaard deck. Now, a lot of the Nilfgaard mechanics are completely new, and I've tried some of the stuff, and I've just haven't got my head around it yet. So there's plenty more to come as we learn, as some of the decks and the successful Nilfgaard decks start to rise to the surface. However, this is a deck that has been working really well for me. I've played about 10, 15 games at around levels 100 from about 350 to 100, so about 3,600 mmr on average. So let me take you through the deck. This deck is, I've called it a mid-range control. Okay, so I'm calling it mid-range control because we play a lot of minions that are, there's not many sort of twos and threes if you like, but there's nothing big either, right? So it's sort of middle-sized minions. So what so they can survive things like swipe and tremors, but they're not big enough to sort of to mean you can't play cards like Scorch. So I'll talk you through the deck quickly. So what you want to do is when you mulligan the deck, you want to get rid of as many bronze minions as you can. Now you can hold one Alba Spearman if you look at your hand and you think, I don't have anything else that's a proactive play. Okay. Holding one is fine because you can play that down to turn one as a proactive maneuver. But other than that, you really want to get rid of both of these, get rid of all these. And the reason why you want to do that is because you've got emissaries, you've also got two rallies from First Light. So you've got a lot of ways to actually draw through your deck. Also King of Beggars as well. So what this enables us to do is to really thin your deck quite quickly and quite successfully in turns 1 and 2, so that your hero power, Morven Verse, and things like um, Cantarella get really good value and making sure that you get the actual cards that you want. So we're looking at sort of, as I say, turns 1 and 2. You want to try and get card advantage with this deck as well. So you've got Okvist for getting card advantage, and we've also got Ciri for getting card advantage. And also, of course, we've got choosing when to pass correctly. So every single turn with this deck, you want to just ask yourself, is now a good turn to pass? Just to have a quick assessment of the board. Have a look. Whenever you can get that additional card advantage simply through passing, it's often worthwhile doing. So what I'm looking to do is turn 1, either win turn 1 through controlling the board, or try and get a really good card advantage. But try to always have in mind Ciri, for example. You want to play Ciri the turn you lose, not the turn that you win. So try and play that into factor that in. A couple of tactics you can also do turn 1 is to set up the top deck for turn 2, and you can use Stefan Skellen for that. As you can see, it says choose any card in your deck, then shuffle the deck and place the chosen card on top. This is a really powerful ability because in turn 2, for example, you might want to get Ciri if it looks like you're winning turn 1, so you can put Ciri to the top of your deck. You might want to put Yennefer the Conjurer to the top of your deck, or if you didn't draw Okvis, you might want to put Okvis there so that you know you can get the card advantage. Or you might be in a game where you really need to control, and if you're not holding Scorch or Aeromancy, for example, you can pull those. So there's lots of options, lots of ways to pull. Another way with Stefan is in turn 2 to pull to make sure you get Villain Trettenmerth for round 3, giving you a win condition there. Orcs is really, he's like the latest addition to the deck. Something I'm trying out. There's a lot of like Skellige, a lot of monsters consumed. There's a lot of cards right now that actually locking them is the best way, especially the Skellige, because if you kill them, they can bring them back from the graveyard, right? And the Axemen, even if you sort of debomb them, for example, they can just keep building back up again. So Orcs is really good at just sort of locking that and saying, okay, that's it, no more abilities from you. So this is the deck, guys. What I would say as well with Yennefer the Conjurer is try to play Yen and try to use it to sort of set up your Scorchers. What she'll do is she'll knock down the highest unit, but then once the 2 units, so say there's an 8 and she knocks it down, now there's two units that are 7s, she will then take ping 1 off of both of the 7s. So what she'll do is she'll even out the numbers over a few turns, and that's brilliant when you play cards like Scorch and when you play cards like Villain Trettenmarth. So really try and consider the synergy there. Other than that, guys, with the Morvan Vorus, you want to either use Morvan once you've set something up with Stefan, or you want to wait till you've really thinned your deck. Sometimes I thin my deck with all the emissaries and the first lights, and then play Mauve on turn 3 to guarantee that I can pull a card on the last turn that I actually need or that I actually really want. So a couple of alternatives. People say, well, what cards are changeable in here? Well, you could change these. I have actually had a go at running one of these and one Spearman. Spearman's immune to weather, and not spear pikemen, sorry, yeah, pikemen. They're immune to weather, and it puts something on a different row. So play around sort of Geralt Igni and things like that a little bit. And it's also another proactive play, so you can try that. Another thing that works quite well in the deck is things like D-Bomb or the other silver that's got the shackles. What's he called? Peter something. Let's have a look. It's a 7 drop, isn't he? This guy here, Peter Saga Gwynville. He's an alternative if you want to run that instead of orcs. But other than that, I would say the rest of the cards are pretty fundamental to the deck. So hope you enjoyed, and let's play some games.